Hello, everyone. Very good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today. In this session, we are going to talk about EGP, Engagement Platform, the internal CRM of Mercari. So this slides talk about the introduction, which is just being covered already. So I'm the engineering head, Rupesh, from this for the CRM Merpe, and with me today is Ben. We'll be joining after 10 minutes of this session, and yeah, together we are presenting this path or the journey that we have taken together, along with the beautiful team we have. Okay, so let's start by grounding ourselves into the key takeaways from this session. Building an internal platform pays off in long term. And today we discuss the various aspects of this journey. We'll begin with the vision. So in vision, we understand why as an organization we chose to build a platform which could have been done by a third party, but what was the need for doing this? And what's the bigger purpose behind investing in a platform? Then we explore the challenges that we face while we are on this journey. The internal product within a large organization is never easy. There are technical hurdles, there are cultural misalignments, and other issues that we had to handle while we are on the journey. Next, we look at the outcomes. So yeah, once we went through this journey, we saw the outcomes and what success looks like when you're building such a platform, and how we know what we are making and how and what impact it is making. And the final one, once we are done and the outcome is there, what's the future? How platform evolves over the time and how it impacts the shape of organization that it's part of. So as we go through this, keep that core message in mind that this is a long game building a product, one that can transform how we build, shape, and then scale the company along with the product. So we start with the introduction of EGP. EGP is an internal unified platform to support all CRM needs of Mercari across different verticals of Mercari. So Mercari is a huge organization. We have several apps, and this product itself serves Merpay, Mercoin, cross-border, mobile, hello, and so forth, and anything new which is coming on Mercari's platform. So the mission of this platform is twofold. The first is to drive user acquisition by encouraging their first step into our platforms or into our offerings. The second one is to foster user retention by introducing our users to the curated initiatives which have been crafted by our marketers. Its core strength is being a fully configurable system to launch campaigns without any need of custom code. That's the goal we are pursuing, and we are there. It's B2B ready, which is achievable because it's clear and well-defined boundaries between the platform and the companies which are hosting their campaigns on this system. And features like auditability and access control enhances reliability and ensure the security of the system and the platform as well. Next, we want to cover like who it serves. It usually serves four different, I would say, users group. The first one is definitely the marketers who use this platform to launch and manage campaigns seamlessly. Second one is product managers who design customer journeys and measure the impact of those campaigns effectively. The third one is Mercari's customers, of course, the primary entity for which this everything exists, which means like they use this platform to engage and encourage them to use Mercari platforms through tailored experiences. And eventually the developers. So this platform not only provides something for marketers to configure and deliver the experiences, but we also have internal developers within Mercari who use the APIs and SDKs of this platform to integrate their workflows with the system. So when we started this platform, building something new in such a scale was never easy. So this slide talks about the challenges that we saw with the previous system and why we chose to do this. The first and the most biggest problem was the siloed CRMs. So we had several systems existing into our organization, and marketers need to manually orchestrate their efforts or campaigns, leading to inefficiencies. Second one, all of these inefficiencies led to higher time to market. We had lack of reusable templates or modules, which added significant time to market. There were complex procedures and documentation, which not only complicated the marketer's life, but also developers' life when we had to figure out an issue when a campaign is already running. And final one, the lost opportunity to delight the users. Because eventually what we are all building is for our users. And if we cannot delight them at the right moment when they are using our platform, it's not making sense. So that's where we chose to build this platform, so that we can actually excite them while they are actually using our platform and not like maybe a day after or something. Sorry. So continuing on the challenges, like building a platform like this in a fast-moving SaaS company never comes with a fair set of challenges. The most significant challenges is an immediate business priority which always takes precedence. We are part of a SaaS organization, we need to understand, and SaaS is a pretty fast-moving thing. And we cannot ask organization to invest something which is only going to produce revenue after 4 years, because building a product is like you are a B2B company and you're building a product which you release maybe after a year, which does not make sense for an organization like Mercari. So how did we do this? And it also makes it difficult to secure, the same reason, the securing investment into such a thing is not really easy. So the way we delivered, or the way we met this challenge is like we kept on delivering smaller or incremental pieces of code while we still made our marketers' requirement. And in those requirements, we strategically placed a goal or vision which it can still move towards the vision of the product. This balanced approach ensured that the business continued to move forward while still laying the foundation for a broader long-term objective. It's about progress without disrupting agility. So yeah, this is a very high-level view of like how it was made achievable, because we could clearly make the configuration and the data processing layer separate. So configuration is about like how the configuration happens. And this part is completely separated out of the data processing part, where we hold everything in the asynchronous layer, which took care of event ingestions, evaluations, and then finally rewarding the user. So this is completely asynchronous and independent of the configuration part. These are the major milestones that we have achieved. And we started with the real-time distribution. We took over the batch, then notifications, and then we have been serving cross-border, content serving, and recently we have been delivering A/B testing and workflow builder. So this is the scale that we have seen so far. We have like hosted more than 5,000 campaigns and 1 billion of events on the system. And all this scale and complexity is not something that we have been able to handle without the efforts from the front-end team. So they have been effectively playing a role how to make this configuration easier and more manageable in our system. So here I hand over to Ben to introduce the front-end part of it. Yep, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So right. So I'm here to present for client team of this platform. So yeah, Rupesh just shared the background, the origin, and how this platform evolves. And as you can see, it get very wide adoption in the company. So it also comes with some new challenges, which is the complexity. So to illustrate this issue, first let's get back to where we start. So in the very beginning, before we have EGP, the operation is like this. We just need the development, no matter it's a big or small promotions. Usually need a development team to actually communicate and finalize back, and then start the development cycle and the release. But this kind of operation process naturally comes with the communication cost, right? Mainly because the people who build the feature, they are not always the ones who define the requirement. For example, this very simple requirement, okay, the send a log when something becomes visible. Even this definition of visible can be misinterpreted. It's okay, is it when it's fully visible or partially visible, right? So it takes a lot of back and forth to align everyone's understanding. Yeah. So after we introduce EGP, as Rupesh just shared, things becomes configurable. That means non-technical staff, they can actually operate a lot of things by themselves. And for engineering team, we focus on improving this platform. So there won't be a dependency, and people get empowered. Yeah. So, well, this collaboration model seems great, right? But still, there are some issues. But before I explain that, let's see, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, what are the typical like operations looks like? Basically, they are pretty simple. It's just like, yeah, we send in some notifications, and then we lead users to some screen, some pages, and take action. And the reason why it was so simple is also because, well, at that moment, everything needs engineering teams development effort. So the process simply cannot afford that the high, too much like complexity at the moment. So after we have EGP now, like people get like their bandwidth get released from the operation. So our marketing, our product teams, they have more time to think about like what's more they can do and what are the more things they can try. So there will be more possibility, and so they start to ask the platform team to improve our system, having like new requirements. But that's a good sign because like this is actually an evidence that well the bandwidth has been released because we empower them by the platform. At the same time, to engineering team, because we kind of like also have more bandwidth because we partially free from the operational like effort. So yeah, the team can also contribute and brainstorming new ideas, also improve the platform. For example, like last year, client team like worked together to introduce some like a very interesting feature that allow us to control native UI from the platform directly and immediately like deliver that to our Android, iOS, Flutter web apps. Yeah, those are amazing idea and also the benefit from having this platform. Well, so after years of like intense iteration, now this is a typical like a workflow of our like a promotions operations. So, well, in this kind of like a workflow, the operational friction can happen easily and almost everywhere. For example, like there is a notification, there will be an email, right, and some content. So maybe the dates, some wordings needs to be aligned across different components in this huge workflow, but that usually requires like a manually checking, verification, and also QA effort. At the same time, since the platform becomes so powerful and flexible, for new joiner, it's like it creates an entry barrier for them to learn how to use the platform, which also results in the engineering team's support effort. Yeah. So, well, this slide simply shows like, okay, in early stage when we introduce this platform, okay, we immediately get like a productivity improvement, but as the complexity increases, well, now can we still grow, like help benefit our users in the same way in the future? Well, it actually depends on how we manage the trade-off between the increasing the capability or usability, and how we prioritize all the requests. Yeah. So, well, in early stage of like when we're building this EGP, we're pretty focused on like a functional stuff, focused on what already possible and what is not. But as we like the platform expanded across multiple products and teams, now new challenges just surfaced. Like we noticed that friendly UX and configuration management, a more powerful search. There's small things, they were once like a secondary. Now they're actually things define our day-to-day effectiveness when the platform is at this scale. Yeah, so we have invested a lot of effort and time think about like how we can solve the problem. So when this AI emerges, it naturally comes to our side, and we start to explore how AI might help us. Yeah. So today's session might be a little bit short, so we can only go to like a very high level. And these are two things currently this team is building on our AI infrastructure. First would be our own platform AI agent, and the other thing would be, yeah, pretty general, is like the NCP layer. So platform AI agent is like, it's a assistive chat style interface which complements our existing GUI for configuration. Yeah. So basically, just like some chat style UI, and it works collaboratively with users through the current user interface. And the AI agent can also see what our users they're seeing and offer like real-time help. So because AI can read things much faster than human, right? So it's actually quite handy when dealing with like high complexity. For example, like the previous like workflow, there are so many configurations, so many components inside a workflow. Although like AI models can still hallucinate, inaccurate, but it's still very efficient because it's actually offering another layer of protection. Yeah, because if it is like a checking manually, people might still like ignore some details. Yeah, and also one of the reasons why we think this a good investment is also because of the adaptability of the this like a chat style agentic UI. Because with traditional UI, every time we're changing small or big things, it requires like client-side development. But this chat style UI actually just like adapt to new business logics much more easier than the traditional one. So even it's just assistive feature, we still think it's like something worth our investment. At the same time, it's like AI models, they hallucinate, but we actually think maybe this will be the future like a user experience. Yeah, because like as the AI models capability increased, we believe that this experience will take on more and more workload than the one like traditional UI UX handles. So in that sense, it's not just a feature, it's actually a step for us to step into the next, the future like a UX paradigm. So aside from AI agent, so another thing is the NCP layer, NCP integration we're building. So NCP is basically just an open standard, right? And well, it's actually not a huge effort, but it's important because if you attended other sessions today in this venue, you will see like different teams, everyone is talking about AI and they're trying different AI solutions and tools. So enabling NCP is just a way to for our team, our platform, to be able to easily plug into everyone's workflow, AI systems. And by doing this, actually we naturally becomes part of this entire AI transformation. Yeah. Well, actually, we want to share a lot of detail, like especially the technical implementation related. Yeah, but I think today we have very limited time. So let me just start to the wrap up. So basically, today's presentation, I think Rupesh, he kind of like shared the platform's origin, our vision, and the background, right? And we also share like, okay, when your platform initially is good, but at some point when it's too complicated, then new challenges just surfaced, and how you can like deal with it, and then how AI might be able to help us. Yeah, so I think it's very short session, and we've just covered the tip of the iceberg. But if you would like to know more detail, I think I would like to share them later in the QA stage, in person. So feel free to reach out to us. Yeah, thanks for listening. Thank you.
ルペスさん、ベンシエさん、ありがとうございました。